Today, I realized something. Not suddenly, not dramatically, just quietly. Like dust settling on an old photograph, I realized that I am getting older. The years I once thought were endless have begun to disappear behind me, one by one, without asking permission, without saying goodbye. And somehow that hurts more than I expected. Because lately, I find myself missing things I never thought I would miss. Ordinary afternoons, familiar streets, voices I no longer hear. Moments that seemed insignificant while they were happening. Yet now, they return to me like distant echoes. I close my eyes and I can almost feel them again. The air, the sunlight, the feeling that life was still waiting for me. Back then, tomorrow felt infinite. Now, tomorrow feels fragile. I often think about the person I used to be, the younger version of myself, the one who believed there would always be more time, more chances, more beginnings. I wonder what he would think if he saw me now. Would he recognize me? Would he see the weight in my eyes? Would he understand the silence I carry? Or would he simply smile, unaware of all the things that time would eventually take away? Sometimes I miss him, not because he was better, but because he was lighter. His heart carried fewer regrets, his soul carried fewer scars, and his dreams had not yet learned the shape of disappointment. There were days when I wish I could return, not to change anything, not to fix mistakes, not even to relive the happiest moments. I simply want to stand there again, for just a moment, to feel that world around me one more time, to hear those voices, to see those faces, to exist in that forgotten atmosphere that now survives only inside memory. But life does not move backward. It never has. The roads remain, the buildings remain. Sometimes even the people remain. Yet the moment itself is gone forever. And perhaps that is what growing older truly means. Realizing that there are places you can still visit, but can never truly return to. Because the person who once stood there no longer exists. He became someone else. He became me. Now I spend many nights walking alone. Not because I enjoy loneliness, but because loneliness often finds me before anything else does. I walk beneath streetlights. I walk through quiet roads. I walk with memories that grow heavier every year. And while the world sleeps, I search. I search for peace. I search for understanding. I search for something that can soothe this tired soul. Sometimes, I think peace is waiting somewhere ahead. Other times, I think I have already passed it. And maybe that is why I keep walking, because I do not know where else to go. The truth is, I am tired. Tired of carrying yesterday. Tired of missing people who no longer walk beside me. Tired of reaching for moments that disappear whenever I get close. Yet I continue. One step after another. One day after another. 1 year after another. Because that is what time asks of us. To keep moving. Even when our hearts remain somewhere behind. And perhaps one day, after enough roads, after enough sunsets, after enough silent nights, I will finally find what I have been searching for. A quiet place, a gentle place, a place where memory no longer aches, a place where regret loses its voice, a place where this weary soul can finally rest. Until then, I will continue walking, alone, with yesterday in my heart and an uncertain horizon before me. Still missing the world that once was. Still longing for a place I can no longer return to. Still searching for peace, wherever it may be.
And perhaps that is the truth I have been avoiding. The truth that peace was never waiting for me in the past. Because the past does not wait. It does not call my name. It does not keep a place for my return. It simply exists, far beyond the reach of my hands. Yet I still visit it. In quiet moments, in sleepless nights, in the spaces between one thought and the next. I return to old summers, to old conversations, to old versions of myself. And every time I do, I leave with the same feeling, a strange mixture of comfort and sorrow. Comfort because those memories still live within me. Sorrow because I can never truly live within them again. Time has a way of turning everything into distance. Even the things that once felt permanent. Even the people who promised they would stay. Even the dreams that once seemed certain. Everything slowly drifts away. Not all at once, but little by little. So slowly that we hardly notice. Until one day, we look around and realize an entire chapter of our lives has become a memory. I think that is why growing older feels so heavy. Not because of the years themselves, but because of everything those years carry away. The laughter, the innocence, the familiar faces, the feeling that there would always be more time. Sometimes I wish I had known, not so I could change anything, but so I could have stayed a little longer, listened a little closer, held on a little tighter, appreciated the ordinary moments before they became extraordinary memories. Because now I understand that the things we miss most are rarely the grand moments. They are the small ones. The evenings that seemed unimportant. The conversations we thought we would always have. The people we assumed would always be there. Life leaves quietly. That is why we rarely hear it leaving. And perhaps that is why I spent so many years searching for a road back, searching for a forgotten feeling, searching for a version of myself that no longer exists. But lately, something inside me has begun to change. Not completely, not all at once, just quietly, like the first light before dawn. I am beginning to understand that the purpose of memory is not to bring us back. It is to remind us that we were there, that we loved, that we laughed, that we lived. And maybe that is enough. Maybe peace begins the moment we stop asking yesterday to return. Maybe peace begins the moment we thank it for staying as long as it did. The road ahead is still uncertain. The nights are still long. And my soul is still weary from carrying so much. But I no longer walk only to find what I lost. I walk to discover what remains. The strength that survived, the love that endured, the lessons that stayed behind after everything else had gone. And perhaps one day, many roads from now, I will reach a place where the ache finally softens. A place where memories no longer feel like wounds. A place where regret no longer follows me. A place where I can sit beneath a quiet sky and simply be grateful. Grateful for every season, every mistake, every goodbye, every fleeting moment that helped shape the person I became. Until then, I will continue walking. Not toward the past, not away from it, but alongside it. Carrying yesterday like a lantern in the dark, allowing its light to guide me through whatever remains of this journey. And if peace is out there somewhere, waiting beyond another horizon, then I hope it finds me the same way time always has. Quietly, gently, without a sound.